All right, folks, Samori Benjamin here at Citi Field before the Mets-Minnesota Twins game, and I'm here with Minnesota Twin Royce Lewis, and of course the first overall pick of the 2017 MLB draft. Royce, man, thank you for joining me, and it's great meeting you.
Hey, great to meet you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So, I just asked you real quick if you had ever been to New York before you got to the major league. You said no. So, what's it been like? You said you were here earlier when you all played the Yankees, and so how have you guys enjoyed your little time here in New York?
It's been great. You know, it's treated me well. I think I'm starting to fall in love with it a little bit more every time I come. You know, I'm patient enough for the traffic, so I can handle that. And I heard that's the worst part. So everything else has been beautiful. You know, there's plenty of music, plenty of great food, and I've had so much good food around here so far. And I'm looking forward to see what's next.
That's cool, man. I'm glad you've been able to see some of the city. And I know you're from California. It actually took me a while before I first went to California. I've been there now a few times. You're from San Jose?
I'm from Southern California, so like Aliso Viejo, yeah.
Okay, so how was life like for you growing up playing baseball?
Oh man, it was special, man. The weather was always beautiful like it is in the summer here in New York, except a little less humid, you know, so we get to have fun. We used to go to the beach all the time, but playing baseball is year round, man. We have a blast, and that's how I was able to learn and grow and play in this game.
Were you a fan of any other teams growing up?
I wasn't. I was a big fan of just like players. I loved Derek Jeter when he came into town, former Yankee, obviously. But obviously, you know, I had a few other players like Torrey Hunter, Matt Kemp, that I got to admire and grow up watching that were around my hometown area. So it was cool. Yeah,
those players definitely were really good. And you talk about Derek Jeter. A lot of you ball players who are here now were Derek Jeter fans. So many of you who I talked to, and you're all like, yeah, Derek Jeter was one of your favorite players growing up. So that's very cool. I mean, are there any players, because a lot of ball players from your area who I know made the MLB, are there some who you grew up playing with who are in the league now?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we've had a few players, man. I played with a teammate of mine, Austin Martin, who I played against and played with on the team as well. And so that was fun for us in USA. And then there's plenty of others, man. I feel like I have friends all over the league now. Mark Vientos, who's on the Mets, I played with. Bryce Terang on the Brewers. We got a bunch. Garrett Mitchell's also on the Brewers. There's so many different teams I can name and players that I can name that I actually love and care about and wish them the best, except for when they play our team.
And you mentioned playing for USA. 2014, you were in a USA tournament, right? A world tournament representing USA, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So was that under 18 team?
Yeah, that was the 15U national team and then the 18U national team as well.
And how was that experience for you?
That experience was special, man. It was very awesome, especially because, like you're saying, you get to play with these players that you're going to play with for the future and beyond. And you know, it's a special moment, and you get to learn and see where your talent ranks with these guys.
All right, now Southern California, like you said, a lot of talent there. You all are able to play all year round. So high school, I'm sure, was very competitive, playing against a lot of really good teams and players. So how was the experience playing in California, Southern California, against all that talent in high school?
It's special, man, because you get a real taste of competition early on in your career. Especially when I was a freshman coming in, you're facing guys like Griffin Canning, Hans Krause. These guys are all, you know, first-round draft picks as pitchers coming out of high school. So it's impressive. They know how to do it. They know how to throw the fastballs and sliders. We saw it all. And it prepared me for the next level, the highest level, and that's the big leagues. And so just little things along the way in my journey, but I couldn't, be more thankful that I grew up in Southern California.
Now, I know in 2016, you had a big year and you were able to play in some major league ballparks, and you were part of 2 All-Star games. You won the MVP of both games at Wrigley Field and then Petco Park in Southern California there. So how was that for you, and winning the MVP of such a big high school All-Star game? How much confidence did that give you at that time?
You know, at the time, I think it was just a special moment in that day. I never thought of myself as bigger or better than anyone else. I just play the game of baseball because I love it. I care about it. And it's just so special to me in my heart. And so that's why I do this. And I just play and work as hard as I can each and every day.
Now, in high school, you were, of course, highly watched, highly scouted by the scouts. So at what point do you remember just a lot of scouts showing up and things maybe getting crazy for you? May not have gotten crazy, but just how about that?
Yeah, it started getting different when I was a senior in high school, for sure. I committed my junior year to UC Irvine. I wanted to go there, and I was expecting to go there. And then I didn't know if I was going to get picked in the first round, not first round. And I think the thing I made with my parents, the deal was, top 10 pick, because the money had to be right. So if I wasn't picked in the top 10 to 12 picks, we were probably going to go to college most likely. And unless someone went over slot with the money, but that's all. My agent handled all that. So luckily enough, I was picked first, and we didn't have to worry about any of that situation. And I was blessed to have an opportunity to go start playing my professional career.
Now, you said that you were not sure if you would be picked in the first round before the draft. So you getting picked first, was that a surprise to you? And how did it feel to get picked first?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't shock me with the talent. I always believed I could be, one of the best players in this game, and I work as hard as I can to continue to grow and be better every day. But it did shock me and my family that in that draft particularly because, they seem so easygoing, so calm about it. I guess if they were playing poker, I wouldn't know what hand they had. They had a good poker face, and we had fun. I was obviously very blessed and excited about that opportunity. I definitely cried a little bit. So,
did you play any other sports growing up?
Yes, absolutely. I played flag football, roller hockey, tennis for a week because I wanted to hit homers over the fence. That's all I wanted to do.
Okay.
I bowl a little bit with my family. We played as much sports and things I could ever get my hands on, soccer, basketball, whatever it was.
Nice. Okay, yeah, so the minor league experience, minor league is always a grind. Now, you, I know, played in high A ball, Fort Myers, Miracle, same place your coach Tommy Watkins played back in the day and all that, but what was the experience like just, playing in that high A level in the minor leagues at Fort Myers at the time?
Yeah, it was good. It was a really challenging experience for me. I got to learn a lot about, who I was as a person and also who I was as a player. And I learned that I was able to grow more mentally than physically at the time. And then after that 2019 year, I felt like with COVID, being able to be held back a little bit. Unfortunately, we stayed home, but I was able to grow a little bit more physically at that time and mentally, but physically grew a lot, and that's where I felt like I came out of power.
And you played in one of the Futures games, right? Was that 2019?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Okay, so in Cleveland at the Futures game, what was that experience like for you?
It was another great experience because you're playing with a bunch of guys that are going to be future big leaguers and potentially future Hall of Famers in this game, especially future All-Stars. And so you got to see like great examples. Darren Duran, he was my teammate on that team. Got to play with him, meet him a little bit more, and he was another Southern California guy. So it was really special for me to meet him and just see how his progress was going. And obviously, he's turned into a really special player.
Now you make your major league debut in 2022, right? What do you remember about your debut?
I remember my family being there, me blacking out, just being really excited to have the opportunity to be, living out my dream and getting my dream started. And after that day was over, I realized the work had just begun, and I was going to start something that was going to be hopefully the next 20 years of my career.
Mm-hmm. Now, next season, you play more of the season, and you all make the playoff last year. Great experience for you, and you do very well in the playoffs. And in fact, in the first round last year, I know your first two at bats, you hit a home run. And then in that series, you hit a total of 4 home runs. So you actually tied Kirby Puckett for the most home runs hit in one playoff series. I mean, for your first ever playoff series and being able to have that success, I mean, how was that for you?
It was great. We had great leaders and just some mentors on this team that can give us some guidance and wisdom about how to approach those kind of games, pressure situations, those certain pitchers, pitch types, etc. And just another opportunity for me to grow and learn in this game. But more importantly, just to have fun, because that's something that you grow up dreaming about, being in the World Series, and we were on our way to do that. And so hopefully this year we can make another great run.
Nice. Now, as the number 1 overall pick, it comes with expectations, I guess. So have you felt any pressure just being a number 1 overall pick?
No, not at all, man. Cool. I put pressure on myself to be great. I don't need other people to tell me what to do. I just love playing the game of baseball, and that's about it, man. I work as hard as I possibly can and get better every day.
Nice. You guys are having a solid season this year, and so are you. So, what do you think you all like? How do you think you all have really come together this year and had a pretty solid season? And about 2 months left to go. So, what do you think you all have to do just battling in your division to come out on top here and make a playoff run?
Yeah, honestly, just stay healthy, play some consistent baseball throughout the rest of the couple of months here we got, and I think we're all excited to get back home and start, making that playoff push that we need to, because we got about 60 games left, and it's about that time to crank it up another notch.
We've got about 3 more for you. Now, I know you play over your life. You play infield and the outfield. You play third base, shortstop, all that. Which position do you like playing the best?
I love all of them because there's all a different challenge in each and every one. I think if I had to pick today, obviously shortstop, just because I grew up loving Derek Jeter. But at the same time, like when you're playing baseball, you don't mind where you're playing. You just get to play the game, and you got to love and enjoy every moment of that.
Have you ever got a chance to meet Jeter?
I have not got the chance, no.
Okay. Now, when you, in terms of, I want to ask you, players you play with, in California, first of all, what's it like? Because from New York right here, This is where I grew up, and there's not a lot of New York City athletes in Major League Baseball or even the NBA, but where you come from, there's a lot of ball players who make it here, who you have come across. So what's it like to just be somewhere where you played with so many of these guys growing up before this level, and now you all have reached the highest level of baseball?
Man, it's absolutely incredible. Once you get here, man, like I said, you realize the work's just begun. You got to really work hard because there's always someone coming after your job, and you got to keep working to not only protect your job in the big leagues, but also have fun with your friends up here. And so that's what I focus on, is just having fun with my best friends and go out to eat with each other, play the game together, work out together, and all that stuff.
Okay, last one for you. It could be on any level. Who's the most talented player that you play with?
Man, that's a good question. I would have to say Byron Buxton, just because the elite athleticism he shows on each and every night, any given night for that matter, any given play, it's truly immaculate, and I have never seen ever do certain things that he's doing.
Yeah, Tommy Watkins told me the same thing yesterday. Byron Buxton, number 2 overall pick, number 1 overall pick first, 2017 MLB draft, Minnesota Twin, Royce Lewis. Royce, man, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we're back.